like? Yeah. Perfect.
I think that's
great. Let him do it. Good job. But that one's not going to break. It's okay.
Anything going to be more decorations? Is there?
Beautiful.
Mom, is it?
Good job. Seriously not coming to you this raw. At least I should have lip gloss on. At the very bare minimum. Okay, if I look frazzled and disheveled, that's because I completely am. Now, we're going to have a very brief Vlogmas this year. Usually I like to have an extended Vlogmas. Usually. I've been doing this for what, I think 3 years, 2.5 years now. Goodness me, and I can barely dress myself. There's a lot that has been going on. I think I've hinted throughout my previous vlogs that there has been a lot of happenings happening. So even my witticism has worn very thin at this point. I only have 5 minutes to film this little intro for you guys to at least partake in some of the joys of Christmas. I was going to release a series of videos that would enlighten you all, entertain hopefully, but I haven't been able to do that because of basically so many layered disruptions. So what we're going to do in this vlog is, first of all, I want to wish you a happy end of year. For those of you who celebrate Christmas or not, I do wish you an end to what is, let's face it, one hell of another year on this planet. But we're alive, we're here, we're clearly engaging with one another, and that is a beautiful thing. So let's not forget to be grateful for all the graces that we have been given. The fact that we're standing, speaking, breathing, being able to see, hear, smell, taste, that is a miracle in itself, so very grateful for that. And also hopefully we have families and people to enjoy this time with as well. Anyway, let me get to the point. I have some cravings, people. As you know, we love to eat on this channel, and Christmas will not go by, no, without Opal getting it out of her system, despite the fact that we have no time to cook these days. However, one of the cravings that I have been experiencing, because it has been basically flung at my face for the last few months, is pumpkin pie. Now, it's not a thing down where I live, it's very American. However, I am very curious about the pumpkin pie, and because I've never tried it before, we're going to put a little spin on it, of course. I wanted to try, I guess, a more diet or health conscious option, so we're going to try a keto pumpkin pie. We're going to make that. As you would have seen in the first clip, we've gotten a little tree together. At least we've managed to do that with the children, which was lovely. I really enjoyed that time, again filled with lots of disruption. We also need to set up our space in this room. Now, I'm only going to offer a very curated edit of how I've styled the space this year. Why I'm being so vague is because I have decided to release a series of videos, these mystery videos, in the upcoming months, because there's far too many. I started editing them and realized they're going to blow way out of control and proportion. So I'm being pulled in all directions currently. So shall we make pumpkin pie first, or shall we decorate? I'm not sure quite one which will come first. Can you hear that? And you know what? Because my memory card was full and more minutes have gone by that I didn't need to lose, I have decided, oh, and that's my light, because lighting is a little bit of an issue as always. I've decided we're going to cook first. We're going to eat and cook first, because cravings once again take priority over basically anything. We all know this. We all know my food addiction. Let's do that first. Let's experience the pumpkin pie. Let's give a review, and then let's tackle bringing a bit of Christmas into our space, because I do believe our space really impacts how we behave, how we feel, and during this time of year I want to feel all those Christmas feelings, and this time it's come at rather a rush, as it is for most of us, but I am stupidly stubborn and I will persist at all cost to make sure we all experience the joy of this season in the form of art and creative expression. So let's cook, I'll give my review, and then we'll enjoy the art of Christmas. Okay, we're back, folks. Did you see that pumpkin pie? Did you believe that it was a keto pumpkin pie? I certainly didn't, because it didn't taste like one. I used the Lakanto sweetener. It's a substitute for sugar. My goodness me. Wow, don't miss the real sugar at all. Not to mention, the flavors were on point. The pumpkin was creamy. The coconut milk, the coconut cream that I used. One thing that I think made it take longer to cook than I expected, it was only meant to be in the oven I think for 60 minutes, it took about an hour and a half, is because of the fact that I used, my mind is blank and I can't remember. Lovely, I love that. Such a professional. Anyway, it was good. I will endeavour to link the recipe in the description box if any of you out there would like to try this recipe, because I'm definitely making this again for myself because I do not want to share. Oh, I remember. I used plant-based cream. The recipe called for thickened dairy cream, and I think the plant-based cream just led to a thinner custard rather than a thicker custard, and that's why it took longer to cook. There we are. Brain is back. Now let's get to changing up our space. Again, it'll be very cleverly curated because there are certain things that I am not willing to reveal at this point. I know, mystery. Anyway, a little bit of end of view mystery is always welcome. Just something to keep you watching until the new year, hopefully, if some of you haven't decided to unsubscribe at this point. Well done to you. Anyway, let's get decorating and let's force ourselves to experience the loveliness and the coziness that is Christmas. Hello, it's me, just with better makeup and slightly more calm. Another piece of Christmas content that I thought I should include, considering this is the only Vlogmas I will be putting out this year. And just a bit of a disclaimer as well, that the vlogs to come. Oh, this is why the dress is falling down. There's a button at the back. Of course there is, of course. Okay, oh, thank goodness. I was really struggling with keeping these sleeves on my shoulders. Anyway, did go out and do a little bit of Christmas shopping, so I will insert that content here. We will then come back and we'll go through just a few bits and pieces that I did pick up for our Christmas tree. I love to pick up at least one new Christmas decoration every year, just something to add to a memory, to a tree. I've got to be honest, this year a lot of things didn't strike me. This year it's all about the reds and it's quite overt and a little bit chintzy, so I didn't really find a lot to tempt me, which is a great thing because we all don't need to spend more money than we already are at this time of year. It can get quite overwhelming. So let's go do a bit of shopping. We'll come back and I'll take you through the few little special bits and pieces that I did pick up. Looking exactly the same because we already did go do the shopping and we did come back. Also stopped in at the library, did a little bit of Christmas colouring in. Good to find those little moments to slot in some downtime and also to really focus on the kids because it's all very exciting for them at this time of the year and for us, mind you. But exciting in more of a stressful way rather than a yay. Anyway, I'm going to talk you through what I picked up and I'll just insert the footage as I'm talking. Picked up this lovely clip-on, I think it's a poinsettia flower. It's got some lovely glittery details and I love to add these little clips to the tree, which you would have seen in my first introduction, because it just adds a bit of filler because our tree is just a twig tree. It's a what we'd call like a naked tree or like a naked cake, so it's just very minimalist, and the clip-on poinsettias are a really nice addition to bulk up your tree. Another idea is to put some Hessian ribbon or something like that. We like to keep our tree very neutral, not too many decorations, and just very natural. Another thing I picked up, which is the opposite to what I just said, because I love to contradict myself on these vlogs. What's it saying? Do what I say, don't do as I do. Yeah. Also picked up this really wonderful sparkly bauble full of like sprinkles. My son absolutely loves sprinkles and will sprinkle anything on anything. You may have recalled pancake barbecue outside where I just stepped away for a moment and next minute we had a sprinkling of sand all over the pikelets that were cooking in our little electric fry pan outside. So this really reminded me of him and I thought the children would also love to see this, so I popped that on the tree, as you may have seen. Also randomly picked up, which I have physically here because everything else has gone into place, this lovely little wavy trinket tray. Found this at Adair's homeware store, and the wave trend or the groovy trend is really in at the moment and I'm so here for it. I've grown up retro. A lot of people say that I was raised in another decade because I know things which I shouldn't. I sing songs that no one remembers, okay? I'm part of a very niche group of people that are not part of my age group. So this new trend in homewares is everything to me, and it's like a 60s, 70s vibe, and you will be seeing a lot of that, like a lot of that kind of groovy homeware content to come in the vlogs to come, when you will all will be revealed basically. Not to mention I may refer to VLOGMAS in the vlogs to come. That's because I intended to release them prior, but it's just been too nuts for me to do so. So do ignore once again the disjointed timeline of my life. Also, I wanted you to appreciate the content I'm putting out. I didn't want to rush it. I'm so much a perfectionist and I just don't like rushing and putting out content that isn't quite done or finished yet. So I don't want to rush through this. I really want to take my time and enjoy reliving the experience that has been, because it has been one hell of a ride, let me tell you. Now folks, we could not go by another year without talking about the champagne bottle. Oh my goodness. So last year, I will link the video up above. How many videos am I linking at this point? Last year's Vlogmas, I actually got about 4 Vlogmas videos in. Well done, hats off to me. Little applause for myself. Bought what I thought was my favourite Christmas ornament, the glass champagne bottle. What happened as I was putting it on the tree, trying to be all aesthetically pleasing and focusing on the camera and not what I was doing, I dropped it just in front of my face, and goodbye champagne bottle. There was none left in stock anywhere, had no idea if it would reappear again. Could have bought it overseas, but for a horrendous amount of money which I was not willing to pay for a decoration that was actually quite cheap. This year, thank goodness, Bed Bath & Table, of which I have found most of my favourite Christmas decorations, and the Christmas trees, by the way. They are up again this year, so I will link them. I don't think you can order them online though, unfortunately, but I'll try to find the links if they are available online this year. Anyway, I digress. Found the champagne bottle this year, just grabbed it straight away. Just no hesitation. There's about 3 left. I could have gotten 2. Part of me was thinking, will I break this again? Most likely. But found it again. It is secured. It is on the tree. All is well. I can actually show you this one, which is great. So, found this little darling, this little furry baby, and I thought this would make a really nice addition to like a bookshelf or a place where we can just give a bit of light, because I am all about Christmas lights and fairy lights and just really gentle lighting at this time of year. It creates a sense of coziness when one does not have a fireplace. So this is my little fireplace for us to enjoy this Christmas. I also have another one in the corner here. I got that one from Kmart last year. They didn't bring him out again this year. Kmart wasn't very tasteful with their decorations, I thought, this year. This is also from Bed Bath & Table. Just gives a lovely gentle light. Beautiful sprinkling of silver sparkle. Some other random things which I think I filmed or featured, I'll insert footage if I have, was a zebra. Nothing to do with Christmas, but I thought rather than like a rocking horse, which I would only bring out for Christmas, the zebra was more of an all-round through the year kind of ornament. So I think the zebra will have a permanent place on the bookshelf. I just liked the texture and the play on the timber and the white, which is kind of the aesthetic of our place at the moment. Some spikes, really random, some gold spikes. I got them years ago, and I thought one day I will use these guys. I don't know for what purpose, but it turns out they're very Christmassy. They could also be non-Christmas, but I felt like they were very snowflake looking. Very dangerous though, so just make sure that they're up on a higher shelf away from children or anyone who likes to throw things. Another fun fact for the coming clips, the fairy lights that you will be seeing are ironically 4.5 years old. They are from our wedding, guys, and they have had the batteries kept in them. They haven't been taken out, and the batteries are still going. I'm not sure if they're Energizer or Duracell. Really, they don't stop. They're not even dim. They're bright. So how these batteries have lasted all this time since our wedding, they must be magic batteries, or they don't make them like they used to, clearly, because any batteries that I buy now seem to run out. And let's end with some other little bits that I found. This lovely little candy bonbon decoration. We don't have a lot of colour in our tree, but I thought that would just inject a little bit of festive red fun, and the children would also be able to hang that quite well because it's quite light, and our tree cannot take much weight, let me tell you. It is not in great condition. And lastly, I also purchased a Aperol Spritz drink. We do not like Aperol in our family. I've never tasted it only because I'm not a citrus, bitter, orange kind of person. It's just not my flavor profile. I just thought it was pretty. It doesn't have any connection to anybody or anything. I just thought it would inject a bit of fun and a bit of color and kind of give a bit of a nod to New Year's, which I also live for at the end of the year, because it's that quiet time, it's also a fun time, and it's the only time that me and my family get to spend together without any other guests involved. It's just, we reserve that just for our little family unit, so thought I'd also throw that in. That is enough from me. I'm going to go do some decorating now as discreetly as possible. We will return and wrap up this video. I've already filmed the wrap up to this video, by the way. I'm also quite stressed and disheveled, but I thought I'd keep that in there, raw as it is, because this is how we're feeling. This is reflective of how we're all feeling, especially as parents who have just been really overwhelmed and tired. So, keeping it real on Opal Banks. You're welcome. literally, as you can see, clutching at straws to make this video work. I'm glad you made it to the end. If you have, gold stars for you, gold stars all around. I hope you like the minimal makeup that I did. I didn't have time to do a full face, so I literally just popped foundation on my T-zone and my chin and threw in a few eyebrows and blush for good measure. But you know what, it's working. I can live with this, and I'd really love to put my sleeve up at this point. Can I just allow myself to do that? Anyway, lots of really exciting vlogs to come, so I would appreciate if you like and subscribe. If this really bad content is for you, happy bad Santa Christmas, happy Vlogmas. And you know what, at this time of year, it's not about all the stuff. It's about togetherness and being grateful, and it's about reflection, actually. So let's reflect on the year that was and the year that will be, and I wish you all well, because we're going to slay it. We are going to sleigh bells all the way to another tremendous, huge year ahead. Good night all, or good morning whenever you're watching. I appreciate you staying tuned in if you have, and I will see you in my next vlog. Be merry, eat pumpkin pie or whatever pie makes you happy. Pie always makes you happy, by the way, so if you're not feeling that great this time of year, just either make yourself a pie or grab yourself a pie. That really does wonders, I've discovered, and I think I'm going to keep the habit up because been a wave of emotions lately. Anyway, that's enough from me because I talk far too much. Merry Christmas all. Good night.